Ms. Shivani Gour, Studio Director, Gensler. As a multidisciplinary designer focused on people-centric designs, Shivani has delivered several projects across sectors including aviation. Currently at Gensler, Shivani leads the lifestyle studio, which has been winning several national and international awards in the design world. Through her work, she continues to explore and influence the design on the way people experience and interact with the environment. Today, Ms. Gaur is going to talk about airports reimagined, the traveler experience of the future. So let's welcome Ms. Shivani Gour.
Welcome everybody. Great to be able to talk about what the traveler's experience of the future can be, and of course, this is a talk which is around airports. But of course, airports are not isolated from the city and from the people who are having journeys across the cities. So I'll try and touch upon the overall traveler experience to really being able to touch upon what the future holds for overall as an experience. Looking forward. Also, there's a lot that has changed because of the pandemic world that the world sits in. But primarily, what this has done is it has opened every sector to look with an open eye about how new strategies can be brought in. It has brought a lot of rethinking about and strategic thinking about what new needs to be done to tackle the current situation, as well as a future which is a little unforeseen right now. So considering that, there are some trends that the Gensler Research Institute has been able to pinpoint, and I represent that work that has happened. So there's a huge body that has worked towards understanding what aviation as a sector can head towards in the future, and I'm bringing just some glimpses of that to you today. Right. So primarily, as airports grow into small cities, which I've spoken a little bit briefly prior, because these are like nodes where every function such as healthcare, hospitality, retail, workspaces, everything is just all coming together because people in general are wanting to do everything everywhere, and hence it just makes terminals even more important to become purposeful, more and more purposeful for the travelers who are traveling through it. So it's no more a gateway anymore. It's a small city within a city, and with that understanding, it's becoming more and more the emergence of a airport terminal as a town square. That is what the terminals are becoming, and as soon as you look at it from that perspective, there is so much more that can be done in a terminal. The potential of what a terminal can offer, it just immensely increases, because now you're looking at it beyond it being a gateway. It is a city by itself. So that's the overall picture with which I'll touch upon a few more trends. The number one being, I think that's no-brainer, the touchless passenger experience. That's the need of the hour. Everybody wants that to feel safe and secure. And the kind of technology integration that can help in bringing that kind of sense of safety to the passenger, that's immense. There is a lot that can be done with app-based, with the handheld devices, also data mapping, like pre-mapping the traveler's journeys and allocating a preset time slot to even pass through securities, like just some of the examples. So there is a lot that can happen in this sector to make these journeys more and more efficient and pleasurable for the traveler. That's one. The second trend that it will that the airports may move towards is digital signage and wayfinding, which will evolve, to address the new crisis. Again, digital signages, they allow for flexibility. They enable airports to adjust to new circumstances very quickly, and wherever there was that investment made, those were the airports that were able to kick back in much sooner than the others. So that's already an example in front of all of us. These signages, the digital integration also give airports fast gate changing capabilities, which just helps a lot in managing the traffic through the terminal. So these kind of integrations are going to be key, and I think every airport operator will be looking at integration of this kind of technology to make their airports more and more future ready. The next trend, which I've slightly touched upon, is the airports becoming a town square. And as a society increases its focus on a sense of place and local culture, even airports will do that. I think I have spoken about culture a little bit. But what's important is that with a curated mix of retail, F&B, healthcare, hospitality, all these airport experiences can become more of a tailored journey for travelers. Because in this pandemic time, the difference of people's needs has also come forth far more evidently. Different groups of people have different kinds of needs, and it has become even more important to help the traveler based on their individual needs. So a customized customer engagement is important for terminals to look at how can they give that kind of personalized service to different groups of people. So that's one. Third one, sorry. And the fourth one, again, comes from the aspect of, again, small will be an attractive, health-conscious decision by travelers, because they would want to limit themselves to smaller spaces, lesser people, and hence attempts to reduce crowded areas, bottlenecks, queuing, minimizing queuing. These are few of the initiatives one can take while the flow is planned in through a terminal. So more and more smaller aircrafts might be preferred, and hence I think an attempt to even have smaller airports but more spread out network. This is far more into the future, but I think more and more smaller airports might spring up, and hence efficient and smart ways of having airport networks throughout the nation could be a great move to look at how the whole country is traveling. So that's like some of the trends that may come up in the future. Moving next, now design can play a big role in how this passenger confidence can be regained, and the sooner this confidence is regained, the better for a terminal's success. So I think what's important is that there is a joint effort between planners and designers, and of course a lot of energy conservation has to be built in to make sure that all these kind of parameters are met in developing the airports of the future, and also to strike back in the post-pandemic world. One thing to do is to test and learn. And since there is so much openness about experimenting at this time and really trying out, what could work, what may not, so we could take these smaller tests and experiments to just test fast and draw some learnings and being able to implement fast. So the facilities could then benefit from common use spaces for airlines, or rotational retail or airports, and they need not even follow the traditional playbook. They should use such opportunities to test and learn primarily. The second thing which could be done in the whole design effort or in revamping the terminals could be maximizing the building. Again, the pressure is going to be on space. Airports would want to utilize each and every square inch of the terminal for better usage, and also, like I touched upon the fact that people will be looking for more personalized service and a more personalized customer engagement. So the needs are differing more and more, and hence they can be a fresher look at what every inch of the airport is providing as a service, rather than having a generic approach. A more customized approach could help in crafting these better journeys. The other, we have spoken about culture and expressing oneself and the cities in the terminal, so I won't go more on that. The fourth one, when it comes to community connection, we need to dig deeper. The incorporation of regional materials, local makers, arts and crafts of the region, and restaurants featuring local chefs, and like live entertainment, bringing authenticity and excitement. That is what would make airport a vibrant destination. So I think one can aim at and aspire for terminals which are destinations by themselves, and airport authorities can definitely experiment with programming and partnerships by creating an artist in residency kind of program, or partnering with local universities for public health research studies and so on. I mean, there's so much potential that a terminal can offer, because everybody is going to be passing through this space. So huge potential and a lot that can be done with a lot of partnerships. This is the last. I'll just take one more minute. So I just want to say that finally the airports need to have a sense of place of themselves. And what you see on the screen are these 5 modes of intent any traveler would have while crossing by an airport. And I think if we are able to offer the needs of the human needs of catering to their social need, their discovery need at an individual level, at a group level, their aspirations from a space, the task that a terminal needs to perform, and of course some bit of entertainment. If these 5 different modes of intent are met, and then a terminal can definitely become a memorable place in the overall journey. So that's it from me. Thank you.